along. It is Wedding Help NI. It is a podcast all about weddings. It's episode 16 and we're at the beautiful Culloden Hotel and Spa. And I'm here with Michelle and Suzanne from the Hastings Group. How's it going?
All good, thank you.
Really good.
We're all nervous. We don't know what these podcasts
We don't know what
do.
day
This is our first time.
So, Michelle, tell us a bit about your role within the Culloden here.
So I'm the events manager here at the hotel. I've been in the company now for 20 years and I look after all things wedding and corporate events, all sorts, you name it, I look after it.
And take us right back. How did you end up in this role? How did it come about? Or?
I started off actually in the hotel as a casual waitress.
Right.
I still at school and just needed some pocket money. So started off a bit of waitressing and loved it that much. I decided then to study hotel management. So while I was studying, I stayed with the group and worked through reception. I've done a wee bit of everything at Culloden. And then as I graduated, I thought events is really what I want to get into. That's the part that I loved. So I've been in events now for coming up to 10 years.
And I suppose you're getting to meet new people every day in events and I suppose make their dreams come true.
Exactly. And there's nothing more rewarding than seeing a couple from that very first walk-in when they come into the hotel right through to the end. And even now, I would still be in contact with a lot of bride and grooms that we've had that
That's
have
brilliant.
come through.
And there's a lot to offer as well for couples here at the Culloden. I know we'll touch on our Hastings Group hotels, but there's lots to offer. You have 2 suites, is that right here?
We do. Now, as of November last year, we are now a 1 wedding a day venue.
Right.
So yes, we do have several suites that you can choose from and we'll look after weddings from as little as 2 people right up to the grander weddings, maybe of 300, 400 people.
Yeah, of course, in the large ballroom.
Yeah.
And Suzanne, tell us, how did you how did you become part of the Hastings Group? Where did it all start?
So it all started in the Europa for me. So I've been in the company 14 years this year. So I did my university placement in Europa and then was kept on part-time and then went full-time. And I then worked my way up to events manager there for 7 years. And then I was an events manager in Grand Central for another 6. And then now I am head our marketing and events manager for the group.
Right, there you go.
Yeah.
I can't believe Grand Central, it's over 6 years then.
I know. It's their 7th birthday this June. So
there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
So no.
So you see a bit of all the hotels?
Yeah,
there?
I've seen everything. Sort of maybe not the big grand weddings that Michelle has done, but a lot of more like sort of small intimate weddings between Europa and Grand Central. That was their sort of main market.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've seen a few different things.
Michelle, tell us a wee bit about the function rooms here at the Culloden. Tell us what sort of offerings.
Yeah,
you can do. I know you touched a wee bit on it.
So we're fortunate that our smaller rooms, our more private dining rooms, have the original character of the hotel. Which are beautiful for those more intimate weddings. And then you move up the room. So you've got our Hollywood suite, which overlooks the full estate with a beautiful terrace outside, which is licensed for outdoor ceremonies too.
Right.
So you can imagine coming into this time of year, we're starting to get busy with those outdoor ceremonies.
I think even looking at today, it's
beautiful,
isn't it?
So it is. And then you would move up, once you go above that sort of 100 mark, you would move up to our Stuart suite, which is our bigger room.
Yeah.
And that can accommodate up to 500 guests in total. So that room typically would do weddings anywhere between that 100 up to about 150, 200.
Brilliant. And tell us, so for the day as well, and it's something, I suppose, for a wedding coordinator, you really coordinate the day. And I think it's important that couples know that as well, that whenever they're booking with a hotel, whether it be the Hastings Group or any hotel, there's a lot of coordination you can put on as well, because I know that as a vendor at weddings from entertainment, you're near to the bosses to go to. The rundown of the day and stuff. So
I think you have to remember couples, they haven't done this before. They're coming into us completely blind and they do need a bit of guidance.
Yeah, some direction.
Yeah, they do. And it's nice in the sense that no wedding is the same. And as Suzanne has mentioned, all of our properties are so different. So they will come initially because obviously they want maybe that more traditional wedding here at Culloden. Mm-hmm. They want the grandeur, they want the grounds. And we literally hold their hands the whole way through. So no question is a silly question. And
of course as well, you can do the civil ceremonies and all, you can do that on site here. Mm-hmm. Can you give us a wee bit of information on that, or as much as maybe you know for the legality of that, or what
So
needs to be done there?
It's a
in that point?
straightforward process. Obviously, we're licensed to Ards and North Down Borough Council, and the couple really just need to set up their paperwork with them, and then they can bring in their own celebrant to come and do the ceremonies at the hotel. And that does seem to be very popular at the moment, especially that outdoor space that we have.
Yeah, I think civil ceremonies in general, they're just becoming so much,
Very much so.
and
that's the same in Europa and Grand Central as well. The couples are having their ceremonies on site and they're bringing in their own celebrant or a city hall registrar as well. And it depends what they want to go for. A celebrant lets them do it a wee bit more personal, whereas the city hall one is sort of a wee bit more sort of like tight on time, a wee bit stricter to follow there on the layout of the day. But they definitely are becoming more popular, aren't they?
Once you get all your guests to the hotel, obviously we've got the bedrooms here, everybody's here, and they don't need to worry about commuting from A to B. They're all...
I think it's great even for times. You can notice such a, whenever the civil ceremony is on site, I think everything just runs so much more smoother. But there's nothing against, having a church ceremony or everything, but it really does work, well. I think
the photographer's always happy when it's in one venue, isn't it?
There's no moving about as such. Can you tell us a wee bit about the history here at the Culloden, or as much as you maybe know?
So the hotel was built based on a love story in 1876. It was built by a gentleman called Sir William Robinson. He actually built it for his wife, Lady Jane. Part of the hotel is named after Lady Jane, which is the main entrance into the ballroom, the Stuart Suite, where we would hold a lot of our weddings. So the whole front part of the hotel is all the original stonework that came by horse and cart from Scotland into Portaferry. And we've added obviously on when Hastings then purchased, they added on the extra elements of the hotel with the stonework to carry through. So the love story is how it all began, and that's how we've
continued it on then with all the couples. And of course you are busy with weddings. It's one of the hotels that are it's one of these hotels in Northern Ireland that's so well known, and I think it's just everybody knows about the Culloden. It's real prestige hotel, I suppose known as that too.
Absolutely.
Tell us as well the journey of the wedding day. Tell us where it starts for the couples. So I know we touched a wee bit on you doing civil ceremonies and stuff. Where does it start if a couple's thinking of booking the Culloden? What would your advice be, I suppose, in that?
It honestly can be as simple as starting from they're looking on their Instagram pages, social media, picking up the telephone. And I think that initial correspondence that you have is so important. Our first contact will be obviously to bring the couple into the hotel and meet with them, chat them through the hotel and what we can offer and walk the spaces. I think it's really important to show the couples in person, what we have and what we can offer. And that's really where the journey begins. They will have a look through our brochures with us, chat through our packages, and that's where we would really get into the detail of tailoring a day for each couple. I think it's really important that the day is unique to them.
And I think even tailoring it, and that is it could be down to food choice, down to so many different things.
Last year I had llamas on the grounds where
there you go.
I was babysitting llamas. If it's not a llama, it could be a golden retriever. So we are very aware that it's such a special day for each couple and we want to be part of that journey.
I think weddings have come on so much, even in maybe the last 20 years or something, where it's not the day where it was, this is a colour scheme, this is, it used to be the thing of this is what you get. Now you can do so much at weddings, you can anything's possible.
Yeah, it really is. And there's so many amazing vendors out there too that we work with that really anything is possible.
And it's good to see as well. What about the other hotels in the group as well, like Ballygally and all? It's a beautiful venue too. I was there on Saturday. The grounds there and all is beautiful as well.
It's a stunning property now. And the team down there are fantastic. Again, like the Culloden, it's a one wedding a day. And again, it's just stunning. You can have your outdoor ceremonies. They also have the pavilion, which is a beautiful building that they got done just for ceremonies too. And then your main reception then in their ballroom. So again, anything sort of from Michelle's numbers as well, from like sort of 2 up to 200 in there as well.
And I think that's really important as well. The one wedding a day policy, is that throughout the group, or is that it's here to Culloden, is it? Yes.
Yeah, so we just brought it in for all of the hotels in the group as well, because we realised like everybody, that is one thing everybody wants, every couple wants, is that
I think it's so important, isn't it?
It really is, because you want it to be your venue for the day, and you want your
do.
guests to feel that, and the bride and groom want to experience that as well. So that was a decision we all made together as a group in November, and I think it's really
worked really well.
It has worked really well. We've seen great results from it.
Have you seen any new trends at weddings, Michelle? What's the new trends, or anything that's a bit different? Or I know you were saying you had llamas last year. Is there any?
Yeah.
Is this something that you
Llamas
should
was a
be
new
bringing
one
in?
for me, yeah, and I haven't had any since. New trends at the moment. There seems to be a real trend with wedding cakes and using cakes slightly differently. So it used to be that traditionally a wedding cake photograph would have been done after dinner.
Yeah.
Cake would have been served. Now it seems to be that we're making a real display of the wedding cake in the afternoon, and that's actually being used as part of their afternoon reception, which is
Aye.
quite nice.
I think that's good as well, because there's, I've seen now, I've been talking to different venues, and because they've sort of got the pictures and stuff done, the cake's actually getting it's getting
Yeah.
eaten then as well.
Exactly, and
Yeah.
it's not
Stuff
going to
which is
waste.
good as well.
And the couples want to be, they want to be part of that. Long gone are the days where couples were away for 3 or 4 hours doing photographs.
Yeah.
There's so many amazing photographers, videographers that they can take great photographs, but in a timely manner, so they get to actually enjoy
Yeah.
the day.
I think as well, like I've done a few different functions here at the Culloden, and especially whenever the Lady Jane Tower, that would be as you walk into the main
It is,
suite.
yeah.
There's always something amazing you can do
There
there. I've
is,
seen
yeah,
champagne vote,
yeah.
aye,
Champagne fountains,
and
yeah,
there's-
photo booths, all of
aye,
that, yeah.
There's
yeah.
always something amazing there whenever you walk in.
There
Whenever
is,
whenever I'm
yeah.
performing, I always see something. I'm like,
Yeah,
it's just a wow factor.
it is.
And I think even that tower, it's a wow factor, as an entrance in a way.
It really
walking
is.
in,
Yeah.
It's lovely when the brides are coming down the stairs as well, if they choose to have their ceremony there too, isn't it? Like it gives them that long entry in and
It
everyone
does.
to look up at them. So it's
Yeah.
really special there as
Yeah.
well.
Tell us, is viewing days or any wedding fairs and things coming up here at the Culloden?
Yeah, so we have a couple of really exciting things coming up. In May, we have 17th of May, we have Project Fashion with a Touch of Romance doing a really beautiful afternoon tea
Lovely.
fashion day. So that is open to weddings who just want to come in and get a feel for what we can do when it comes to the afternoon tea experience along with bridal, a touch of bridal. So it's a nice day for hen packages, brides that
brilliant,
want
isn't
to
it?
come in
Brides,
and
yeah.
be with their girlfriends and just have a really nice
You
afternoon.
hear
So
so
that's
much about these bridal brunches and
yeah,
stuff. that
yeah.
happen,
So
don't
it's
you?
a bit like that.
Yeah.
And that's the first time that we've done this in conjunction with ACA Model. So we're looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And then we have our wedding showcase day on the 21st of September, which is always a great day with a lot of our
Aye.
recommended suppliers.
That's brilliant. So that'll be a brilliant day.
Yeah, and then the rooms are dressed and everything, so the couples can come and see what it's like set up too. So
I think
it's
that's
great.
so important as well, for a couple thinking about the Culloden,
is.
to see the room dressed or to see a bit of the room dressed and stuff.
Yeah.
It gives you lots of inspiration, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Those pictures are great, but
Aye.
it does take you to come in and actually
Aye,
see it,
see how-
yeah, and get
then
a
you can
sense for the
visualise it.
hotel.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
Lovely.
And I think if even if couples are thinking, they don't know where, maybe they haven't decided on a venue yet, there's a great selection, isn't there, within the Hastings group?
Well, that's
because
it.
you have somewhere like out here and you have the lovely country setting and stuff in the
Yeah.
background. And then you go in the city centre and you have that, that vibrance. And
Definitely.
that,
A lot
that
of people,
hustle
when
and
they go to
bustle.
Grand Central, they actually don't realise that they can have their wedding there.
Yeah.
It's not the sort of your typical wedding venue, but then when they come in and they see everything around, they're like, wow. And the views just completely blow the socks off them. They just love it when they come in. So again, I think it's a nice one. Everyone sort of forgets maybe about there, maybe doesn't just scream weddings at you
Yeah.
straight away. But
I think there is a lot of City Hall weddings happening now.
yeah,
And then somewhere to go afterwards. And that's probably somewhere you don't think about, even
absolutely.
for smaller numbers as well. But what can they cater from
So
there?
Grand
Grand
Central,
Central?
they can cater from anything again from 2, but
Yeah.
for a normal sort of function room to 10 up till 70. And then again, you say the city hall weddings, that's really popular now too, because people don't have to hire cars or anything. They're literally walking over from the hotel to the city hall and then back to the hotel for the reception. So again, it's a wee bit saving money as well. But it's
Yeah.
a real nice touch, and that sort of city chic, like coming from City Hall then into the hotel is really, it's a trend that's definitely coming on as well.
And it's beautiful as well. The
Oh,
new
it's
Grand
stunning.
Central, like it's very future. It's futuristic, and it's
Yeah.
every mod con's there.
Exactly,
isn't it,
exactly.
Of course, you have a great relationship with your couples as well, and if you'd find as well, we were talking before you came on, they would come back, isn't that right?
Yeah, they do. So I've had couples that I've looked after maybe 8-9 years ago that now have a family. We've looked after their christenings, wedding anniversaries. There's so much more that comes with it. It's not just about that relationship that you make initially as a wedding couple. We want to see them through their journey and bring them back. And it's so lovely to see them come back with their family and
kids and stuff coming along.
to be part of that initial day and then see it all flow through is just lovely.
I think the Hastings Group, it is very much a family, it was a family business. It started, and I suppose that's really brought on as well. Like everything is very much Northern Ireland, from the food and everything. He's like, it's always, I know
so
the Sunday
lucky.
carveries and stuff. Like I've been in Everglades regularly having a carvery. So, but it is well known, and that I suppose the great food and stuff as well.
Yeah, you can't beat a good Hastings carvery.
No, that's right.
And that transfers into the weddings too. We want to tailor menus, and we're so lucky that we've such amazing food, all local. So they'll come in, our couples will do a menu tasting, usually about 6 months before their wedding day. Chef will come out and have a chat with them. We can tailor and make it so bespoke to that individual couple as to what they want to do.
Yeah, that's lovely. So it is too as well.
Yeah.
So what would be the process there once they've booked? Sort of go through the process. Then how often do you be talking to the couples, and what way does that operate?
Really, I would have some couples that I would speak to regularly. It could be once a week. I'm always on email, and I think that's important that they feel if there is any question. And a lot of the times they'll maybe come through at 2 a.m. and there's a question that they've thought of, and I'm always there the next day to pick it up and reply. So initially when they book, we would sort of keep in touch with them every few weeks just to see how they're getting on, if they've any questions. And then really we start to finalise those details with them about 6 months before the wedding.
I think it's very much one of them things, especially with the hotels, you really get asked every question.
We do.
If that makes sense. Because if a couple's booked a fender, they maybe need to find out this, and she's do but it's good, I suppose, to have that relationship, and I suppose it leaves the couples at their ease, so there's nothing to worry about. I think that's why any fender, you shouldn't be worrying. Exactly. You should really be enjoying the run up to the day, isn't it?
Because it always confidence, doesn't it, with them, and that they're content, and that's what you want, because it is a stressful time. No matter how organised you feel you are, there's always something that pops into your head. So it's always nice then that you have that person on the end of the phone that you can just be like, I need help, and can you just reassure me on this? And it shouldn't be stressful for them, especially when they're dealing with us at the hotel.
No.
We want to make it so easy for them.
And of course, build a nice relationship. And as you say, that leads on for years to come. And
I will still get goosebumps many a time in that ceremony when you first see, because you obviously are meeting the couples just normal day to day, and it's so lovely on the actual day of the wedding to see them.
And see them in their wedding dress and their suit. It's lovely. It's really special.
So tell us, Michelle, how have you found the Wedding Help platform?
Really, really good. It's been such a great channel for us to share some of our imagery, our videos, our showcase days. And there's so many amazing vendors on there that even silly questions that maybe a bride and groom don't necessarily want to ask me. You will see there's a lot of really good information that couples can tap into.
I think it's a safe place for couples, isn't it, really, to come on, and I suppose asking questions, because there is questions.
And no question's a silly question, but they maybe don't want to contact the hotels all the time.
That's right.
It's really, really good.
We can't wait. We're bringing our wedding awards here as well in November.
We are. We're very excited for that. Yeah,
it'll be amazing because it's a beautiful location. So I'm sure we'll be all different whenever we're all dressed up.
All in our glad rags.
All the glad rags on. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about on the podcast, or where can couples find information as well? What would be the starting point, I suppose? Where what's best to start with if they're looking to
Probably
make
our
plans there?
website is the first place you would go, and we have such an array of like images from weddings, videos, our brochures all there. Michelle's contact details, as well as all the other events managers. Depending on what hotel you want to go to, their contact details are there, so you can reach out to them, schedule an appointment, and just to start that initial process to get the ball rolling to come in and see the venues.
Yeah, and I think for any couples as well, it's worth getting around all the venues, having a look. We're at the beautiful Culloden today, but get around all the venues because there's so much to offer, isn't there?
Yeah,
The
we have
Hastings
something
Group?
for everybody, definitely.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much, Michelle and Suzanne
Thank
from the
you.
Hastings Group. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That has been episode 16.